Hello there, future teacher and fellow California teacher. This is ricatest.com, and we are going to help you pass your Rica test, your upcoming Rica test. So, we're going to be talking all about subtest 1 here, specifically syllabic analysis, structural analysis, and orthographic knowledge. Now, I remember when I was preparing for my own Rica test, I did really well in college during my teacher program, and yet I swear we never talked about these technical terms, and I found it super challenging to read and remember and recall on like all of these on test day. There's like hundreds, right? And so I so wish that this program would have existed when I was preparing for my exam, because we just make learning simple and effective. Everything is here, everything that you need in order to pass in one place. In today's video, what I want to do is I want to help you kind of check your readiness specifically for Competency 7 by going over a 10-question quiz. That's part of our ricatest.com program that we've helped just thousands of people so far, and we want to help you too. So let's go ahead. We're going to start the exam, and just make sure that when you're preparing for Competency 7, you have a good understanding of the difference between structural analysis, morphemic analysis, syllabic analysis, orthographic knowledge, as well as just key terms like morphemes and affixes, suffixes, specifically the different types of syllables. You can think about like an open syllable and a closed syllable, but hey, we're going to talk about some of these terms here on our quiz. And if you do have access to ricatest.com, make sure that you also complete the actual full-length online timed practice test right here, subtest 1 practice test. All right, without further ado, I'm going to be reading these questions. We've got 10 questions, 10 minutes, and what I want you to do is pause the video if need be. You'll read the answer options and kind of engage your own brain to see your kind of understanding, to check your understanding for this chapter. So, here we go. What is the main purpose of integrating phonics, sight word knowledge, structural analysis, syllabic analysis, and orthographic knowledge? Remember, orthography means spelling in reading instruction. Go ahead, take a moment, pause the video if you need, and find the best answer here. All right, so the reason that we integrate all of these skills is to develop rapid and precise word identification, which is a key ingredient in fluent reading. For that reason, I'm going to go ahead and select answer option C to facilitate swift and accurate word identification, which therefore helps build automaticity, which is when students read with fluency and comprehension. So they read at the appropriate prosody and tone, and they recall that which they just read. Let's move on to question number 2. This one reads, what is structural analysis primarily used to teach? Pause the video if you need, read the answer options, and together we'll identify the correct solution. Here we go. Structural analysis focuses on decoding multisyllabic words by understanding the role of prefixes and suffixes. For that reason, I'm going to go ahead and check answer C. Moving on to question 3. This one reads, which method involves breaking down words into their syllables to aid in decoding? Remember, decoding means reading, encoding means writing. It took me a while to get the gist of all of this technical terminology when I was preparing for my exam, and I remember feeling so overwhelmed. And if you're feeling the same way, make sure you click the link in the description below to get instant access to our complete suite of Rica test prep program that makes passing simple. So go ahead, select the best answer here, and then let's talk about it. When you see which method, they're asking for which instructional strategy is most appropriate. And remember that syllabic analysis helps students decode words by examining and utilizing the word's syllable structure. So we'll go ahead and select option B. Moving on to question 4, how does orthographic knowledge primarily benefit students? And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Instead of just using the word spelling on the Rica test, you'll see words like orthographic or orthography or orthographic knowledge, and it just means spelling. But you need to get these technical terms, and in case you just want every single term that you need to know in order to pass, make sure to click our Rica flashcards. That's going to give you access to literally every single term that you need to know for your upcoming exam. All right, so here we go. Question number 4. Orthographic knowledge directly impacts students' spelling abilities. Remember, orthography is spelling by teaching our students conventional spelling patterns. And so we're going to go with letter A. Here we go. Question 5, which reads, which instructional approach starts with the whole word and then focuses on its parts? All right, so whole to part instruction begins with complete words and breaks them down to study their individual components, such as prefixes and suffixes. We're going to go ahead and select option D right there. Moving on to question number 6. This reads, how should a teacher assess a student's ability to apply syllabic and structural analysis skills? All right. Effective assessment of these skills requires evaluating. It requires us as the teacher to evaluate both words in isolation as well as words in application or in context of reading. And for that reason, we're going to go ahead and select answer option D. Here we go. How are you doing so far? Click this thumbs up button if you are finding value, if you appreciate these quizzes. Click the subscribe button if you want to see all new test prep that comes out for the Rica test. All right, going on to question number 7. This one reads, what is a critical aspect of teaching orthographic knowledge? When teaching orthography, we want to use multisensory techniques. These are vital in teaching spelling as they help our students to learn the different various styles, and we can cater to all different types of learners. For that reason, we're going to go ahead and select option B. Moving on to question number 8, what strategy is emphasized for teaching English language learners structural analysis? These are our ELLs and a really important group of students both in our classroom and to understand how to effectively teach them reading for your Rica test. So capitalizing on English language learners' knowledge of their prefixes, the suffixes, the roots, as well as their primary language facilitates their understanding of English structure. We're going to go with option B. Moving on to question number 9. This reads, which approach to phonics instruction is characterized by learning sounds first to build up to words? So learning the sounds, building up to the words. Which one is this? So we're going here from part to whole phonics instruction. I am moving on to our final question. We've got plenty of time, not in a rush at all. This question, number 10, reads, for advanced learners, why is increasing the complexity of structural analysis instruction beneficial? For our advanced learners, remember that they benefit from more complex instruction. We don't want them to feel bored during our instruction, and we want to continuously stretch their understanding and kind of raise their ceiling of instruction so that they can continue to challenge themselves and extend their decoding or their reading skills. So for that reason, we're going to go with option A. It meets their need for more challenging material. I hope you found this helpful. Here we go. We got 10 out of 10, and we just completed our syllabic analysis, structural analysis, and orthographic knowledge quiz. If you want to check your readiness for test day and make sure that you pass your upcoming Rica test, you want access to our study guide, all of these quizzes, our full-length practice test, make sure you click the link in the description below or visit us at ricatest.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in future videos.